Abhilash, can the volume reduce, please? Projector. Check. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. With immense pleasure, I welcome you all to the 825th milestone meeting of Chennai Toastmasters Club. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in such a way the members are empowered to improve their communication skills and leadership qualities, hence resulting in greater personality growth and self-confidence. Members of the Toastmasters are guided by a set of essential core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Before moving on to the meeting, I would like to brief upon certain rules to be followed. Kindly keep your mobile phones on silent mode. Do not talk about taboo topics such as politics, religion, and sex. Kindly be silent, and for the online participants, stay on mute until it's your turn to speak. I hope everyone is all set and ready to get into the meeting. Now it's time to introduce our presiding officer. Our presiding officer for the day is Madam Toastmaster Abhirami. She is a CA by profession and a diligent Toastmaster. As a Toastmaster, she had been an ex-com member as SAA VP membership, and she is the ex-VP Education and our current president of the club. Let's welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhirami. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Today, it's Chennai Toastmasters Club's 825th milestone, and this calls for a celebration. And so here we are celebrating this special occasion at a physical venue at JP Hotel in Chennai, and also we are connected through the online facility. Now, Chennai Toastmasters Club is called the Lighthouse Club of Tamil Nadu, not because of being the first club in Tamil Nadu, but it's because of the transformation that it has brought into the lives of every club member. CTM set every member on their path to transformation by giving each member an opportunity to speak, to compete, and to achieve in a healthy environment. Whatever CTM is today is a product of the priceless contribution of many, many members of the club. So let us show all our gratitude to the past members and the current fellow Toastmasters, and let us also work to continue to carry this rich legacy of Chennai Toastmasters Club. On this note, I declare the 825th milestone meeting open. I would now like to recognize the presence of our district officers and the founding member of the club. Founding member, Distinguished Toastmaster Zakaria, who is the present District 120 Finance Manager. District 120 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. District 120 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Aarti Mangalam. Area Director C4, Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilakandan. Area Director C1, Toastmaster Adil Ibrahim. Welcome to the meeting. Very glad to have you all here. Also, a very warm welcome to all the guests. Now it's time to get into the meeting, and for this, we don't have just one Toastmaster of the day, but we have two Toastmasters of the day. So our first co-Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Rekha. To say a few words about her, she is the founder and chief trainer at Kalpataru Consulting, which coaches people on project management. On her Toastmaster experience, she's a Toastmaster for 7 years, and she's been part of the CTM XCOM many times as a secretary, as the membership, and also the president. On her achievements, she has been a winner at the Table Topics contest this year. So welcome onto the stage, Toastmaster Rekha. I would now invite the second Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, who is an electrical engineer by qualification and a software engineer by profession. So he's an all in all. He's been working with Applied Materials India for almost 2 decades now and been a member of the Chennai Toastmasters Club for the last 3 years. On his XCOM experience, he's been the VPPR, the VPM, the VP Education, and now the upcoming president of CTM. He has also won the 3rd place in the Area C1 Humor Speech Contest. So with this introduction, let me welcome Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana onto the dais. So over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranganathan.
Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Remember to celebrate your milestones as you prepare for the road ahead, said Nelson Mandela. And today we are going to celebrate our 825th meeting. And I'm sure each and every one of you are so proud of celebrating this milestone. On this occasion, as Abhirami mentioned, I want to recognize and also I want to acknowledge the contribution of all the Toastmasters ever since the inception of the club. Until date, all the members who contribute towards the club. And very specifically, I want to recognize the contribution of our distinguished Toastmaster, Abraham Zakaria, and our distinguished Toastmaster, Nina John ma'am, for being from the beginning of the club until date, they're still the member of the same Toastmaster club, and they are the pillar of this Chennai Toastmasters club. And with this note, I just want to thank all the people who came here for this meeting and all the people who are joined over there and online. Welcome again for CTM's 825th meeting.
Chennai Toastmasters Club, CTM, was formed 18 years ago on 22nd April 2004. And Chennai Toastmasters Club is the first club of Tamil Nadu which was chartered officially, and Chennai Toastmasters Club is the first club which signed the document seeking the approval to start District 82. And now this district is called as District 120, right? So CTM is actually have earned the name as the Lighthouse Club of Tamil Nadu. And we also call CTM as ATM of DTMs, right? So now back to you.
That's very interesting because CTM has now become 18 years adult or major, what we say, is ready to vote for any election, because it's a long journey for CTM, because whoever has the parent here know what it means actually. And I'm sure this Toastmasters Club has given a lot to many people who ever had this goal to pursue their public speaking skills or leadership skills. And this CTM has given even more what they has asked for. And we all owe a lot to Chennai Toastmasters Club, very specifically into Toastmastering. And we are, as you Rekha mentioned, is a DTM of ATM, and we also helped with chartering many other clubs from Chennai Toastmaster Club.
As Lakshmi said, CTM is the mother of many clubs in Chennai as well as outside Chennai. And now, see, when we are talking about CTM or the Toastmasters is a forum where we can be ourselves. This is the forum, or this is the platform where we are okay to fail and we are not judged. No one judges us. We are okay to fail and we are learning from our failure. I hope you will all agree to it, right? Yeah. So, back to you.
Okay. No, actually, I wanted to go back to my first day in Chennai Toastmaster Club. It was in the year 2014. I remember it was in Ruby Hall in Presidency Club, as many of you know about it. That's the day, the first day I came to CTM as a guest. And believe me, I was very, very, very nervous. In fact, I was sitting in the last row. I was very nervous to talk as a guest, to give a guest feedback as well. And that continued, and it took 6 months for me to give an icebreaker speech and another 2 months to give my second speech. And believe me, even today, I'm very nervous and have a lot of butterflies in my stomach. But with the help of the Toastmasters, Chennai Toastmaster Club and the supporting team here, now I know how to handle my butterfly. As Padivelu says, my basement is very weak and I'm just trying to build my building with the getting out of my nervousness. And I'm sure even Rekha has some memories of his initial days of Toastmaster, which she can share with us.
Right. So I remember Lakshmi, Narayana, Venu, and few more people meeting in the Ruby Hall in the Presidency Club. And there, of all the speeches I've heard or I've given, the more I recollect the masala idli and the samosas and the sandwiches. And one thing what I want to share is I started believing in falling in love at the first sight. Not after I met my husband, but after I met CTM. And CTM or Toastmasters Club is a Akshaya Patram. You can take how much ever you want, but it is up to you how much you want to take from the Toastmasters fraternity. And public speaking is a word, Toastmasters is an emotion.
Very rightly said, Rekha. So now, since we both are joined almost the same time, I know how the CTM was from that period. But I was always curious how this Toastmaster Club was started, how it was what was intention behind starting the Toastmasters, Chennai Toastmaster Club, and have they achieved this club? Because we both know what happened from 2014 or so, but we didn't know what happened even before that. Is there anyone who can help us to rewind the CTM?
Yes. There is one person, the youngest Toastmaster of Chennai Toastmasters Club, distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria.
Thank you. I really agree. He is still the youngest Toastmasters, a distinguished Toastmaster. So to introduce distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria, Abraham Zakaria was a Toastmaster since year 2004, since the club was started. And he is a member of Toastmaster Club, and also he helped chartering few more clubs, both in District 120 and also District 121. Currently, the finance manager of District 120, an accountant by profession and a teacher by passion. I welcome our distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria to rewind about Chennai Toastmaster Club. So please. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello. Testing. Fine. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, good evening. I'm sure you wouldn't have missed this A to B, isn't it? I call this meeting as A to A. Arunachalam to Abhirami. You can add more A's also. Abhirami Ayyappan by Abraham also. Okay, friends, there's a Toastmaster in Gulf. He retired and settled in Chennai. He was very passionate about Toastmaster, and he found no Toastmasters club in Chennai. So he used to attend Toastmasters club in Bangalore. And there he had a friend who is known as CK, Chandril Kumar. And both of them together set up the Chennai Toastmasters Club. And the charter president of Chennai Toastmasters Club is Krishnan Arunachal. Nina John was the VP membership, and US Faithfully was the treasurer. And as Rekha said, it was 22nd April 2004 it was started. And the first demo meeting was on 19th October 2003. Probably that is a date we can record it. Well, we started growing. And I must say that Chennai Toastmasters was born in Haddo's Club, but it was grown up in Ruby Hall. So we are all very special. We are all very nostalgic about Ruby Hall. Probably Sridhar Ranganathan can say more about that. I still remember his first speech about the college canteen. So we'll go back to Ruby Hall on the next milestone meeting. All the best wishes to CTM and all the best to all my members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, GTM sir. Yeah. So when he was talking about Ruby Hall, it was flash of memories for me. And I know like few other Toastmasters who are there virtually as well as here would be recollecting those days in the Ruby Hall. And now let us move into the meeting. As a first event, we have our area director to address us. And our area director is Toastmaster Adil. I'm sorry, Toastmaster Adil. And Toastmaster Adil is owner of a venture called Cameraman, and he is a Toastmaster for last 4 years. He has served CTM as the president of the club, and he is a past district humorous speech champion and also a witty and a charming person. So now I invite Toastmaster Abraham to take up the virtual dais to address us.
Thank you, MCs. First of all, good evening, CTM. I hope everyone could see and hear me. Still, I could remember the first day when I visited Chennai Toastmasters Club. It was on the month of October 2017. From that day till today, what surprises me is the consistency that the club maintains, because it is very hard to consistently maintain the consistency, right? I'm not sure whether grammatically this sentence is right or not, but logically it is actually true if you take CTM as a case, because be it the member experience, be the growth of the member, be the growth of the club, be the growth as an individual, everything is available over there. It is a whole package, I would say. So I am very proud to say that I was a past member of Chennai Toastmasters Club, and also very happy to serve as area director in this term. So looking forward for many more milestone meetings with the same consistency which I'm expecting. Thank you for the opportunity, and over to the MCs.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Adil, for addressing us. And now next we have our Club Growth Director, DTM Gayatri, to address us. She starting with our Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. She is a software engineer by profession and a public speaker by passion. Currently, she is working as a project manager with DXC Technologies. She is also pursuing her post-graduation on artificial intelligence and machine learning. For the last 8 years, she has been associated with Toastmasters and has served various positions at the club level as director, area director, as division director for Division K, and assistant club growth director for District 82, and now called as District 120. She has served as club sponsor for 2 clubs and club mentor for 3 clubs. She has served District 120 as the district logistics manager. She is known for President's Distinguished Area Director, Star Division Director, Podium Finisher in Division level TT and ISC contests. So I think she has achieved more than this, and I welcome Club Growth Director, DTM Gayatri, to share some words with us.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day, and a very, very hearty congratulations to the members of CTM. I think almost our entire district owes it to this club, because this club has sown the seeds of Toastmasters into Tamil Nadu. Today, when we try to start a new club, we know it's not easy, and it's even more difficult to sustain a club for even 2 to 3 years. We see that it's very difficult for us to do that. And then even the clubs that have been going strong have been facing challenges with membership, in terms of running meetings week on week, in terms of finding the next set of officers to hold the baton and take it forward. And yet there is this club that is a role model for all of us, which has been doing this very diligently all through the years. And I have seen in the last 7-8 years where I have been in Chennai seeing the Toastmasters fraternity, I have seen the leadership team being changed year on year. I have not seen the same set of presidents or the same set of people being in the top leadership team. That, I believe, is the key to sustain a club, and CTM does it in beautiful style. I know that there are still the charter members and the senior Toastmasters who are still part of the club ensuring that they handhold the ExCom. And I'm pretty sure that they are the first fan and first critic of everything that is done in the club. And that is the reason that the club is sustaining. My home club is a direct child of CTM. That was the first corporate club, and I've heard stories from the members of CTM who have arranged for a van, gathered everybody, and then visited all the way to Tambaram and ensured that they conducted a speechcraft session for the senior members of my company, which convinced them to start a club. This was the first corporate club, the second club. And today, even my club sustains for long, but I think all of this has a major part of contribution from this home club. It's like the mother of all the clubs, definitely. Even today, if we are running a demo meeting, if we are starting a new club, the members of CTM come forward and help in every way possible. I think that is the beauty of this club. And today I'm full of gratitude for what this club has done and for what this club shows can be done when it is done right. I think today all the 150 odd clubs in our district owes it to this beautiful club. Keep nurturing the culture and keep teaching what can be done, and keep proving that when things are done right, it can create something magical and beautiful. Let's create more and more ambience for people to groom through Toastmasters. Keep continuing and feel proud for this beautiful milestone. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Gayatri, for your kind words and showing gratitude towards CTM. And I'm sure some of the stories you shared about doing a speechcraft, Nina ma'am, mother of the CTM club, was there. She should have definitely told more stories about it. Thank you so much for recognizing CTM for that. And now we move on to the next person, to the program quality director, DTM Arti Mangalam Jayaraj. To introduce DD Arti Mangalam Jayaraj, she has been the Toastmaster since 2016. She started off as a Vice President Education, TLI Co-Chair, Area Director, Division Director of Division F, a President's Distinguished Division, and currently the Program Quality Director of District 120. She has also been a district contestant in table topics and division contestant in ISC and evaluation contest. A leadership trainer, a linguist, a psychometric assessor, a coach and mentor. Arti has 17 years of experience in the learning and development space, a triple postgraduate in mass communication and journalism, a linguistics and psychology. She also has a diploma in criminology. I think she has covered many areas here with a wide range of interests, and she still pursues education. I welcome our distinguished Toastmaster, Arti Mangalam Jayaraj. And the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much, MCs. A very warm good evening to all the members and guests who have gathered here today. Congratulations on this milestone. 825 is definitely not a small number, any which way you look at that. And I think you guys have been able to course this entire journey in style. When I was thinking what to speak, I always have this confusion. Do I say this story? Do I talk? And suddenly I saw that little, the icon of yours of a lighthouse. And I remembered one story and I thought I'll share that and then, wish all of y'all. There was a time, at sea, there is a ship sailing in the dark night, and the captain of the ship sees a light in the distance. Immediately, he tells his signalman to send a message to that light stating that alter your course 10 degrees south, for which he gets a response stating that, I'm sorry, but you need to alter your course 10 degrees north. Now, the captain is furious. He says, again, alter your course 10 degrees south. I'm the captain. For which the reply comes back stating, I'm sorry, I am a third-class seaman named Jones, but you are the one who needs to alter your course 10 degrees north. Now the captain is furious and he says, alter your course 10 degrees south. I am the battleship. And if you don't, I could completely decimate you. For which the reply comes, I'm sorry, but you will have to alter your course. I'm the lighthouse. So that's the story that I remember the minute I saw your icon. And in these times, especially I'm talking about the last 2 years, with so much of difficulty in terms of COVID, if we were this rigid, we would not have survived. And to see a club like CTM, which has been the forerunner of, like, what Gayatri spoke about speechcraft. When I was running the speechcraft, the person I turned to ask questions was Neena ma'am. So many times when we have questions to be asked, we turn to clubs like CTM. And from that perspective, this club is a forerunner and a beacon of light for many of us. And one of the reasons that has happened so effectively is because of the fact that you guys were not rigid, you were completely adaptable to change. And that is seen in the fact that you're having a hybrid meeting at this point of time. While all of us are having our fingers crossed that everything will come back to in person and life can resume normal, I take this opportunity to thank CTM for that amazing job you all have done from all perspectives, and wishing you all many more such milestones. Thank you so much, and back to the MCs of the day.
Thank you very much, DTM Aarti. Now, next we have our District Director, Toastmaster Satish Menon. His accomplishments are too many to name. He is one of the co-founders of Thirdware Solutions Private Limited, an IT solutions and devices organization established in the year 1995. He has been Toastmasters since 2013 and has risen up the ranks. From the club level to area level and finally district. He is known for his star area director and a president distinguished division director. To talk more about him, he has been a conference co-chair for Reverberations 2017 and co-conference for Ovations 2019. He has also served as the club growth director for District 82 last year and was the program quality director for District 120 last year for the tenure 2020 to 2021. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. We wish you could have been here, but
okay.
Right.
So, Toastmaster Satish Menon is unable to join with us because he's traveling. He sends us warm regards. He says, wishing the club all the very best for this stupendous milestone meeting.
Right. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Satish, for your wishes, though you were not available with us. And now let us move into our prepared speech. So prepared speech. So prepared speech, for those who are not familiar with Toastmasters platform, prepared speech, like every Toastmasters, would follow a pathways with a specific objective, and they prepare their speech based on the project objectives and they deliver the speech. And today we have our prepared speaker, to DTM Venu Neelakandan. To introduce him, or before that, DTM Venu has completed Division 5 in Motivational Strategies and is giving Pathways completion speech, Reflect on Your Path. So before I invite him, let me introduce him to you. He works in Airports Authority of India. He's a Toastmaster for 7+ years. So when I'm now introducing him, I recollect both of us started the journey, the first icebreaker marathon together. He's a past president of CTM. He ran Speechcraft program for Shangsun College of Women, and he's an area director, and his accomplishments and contributions to the club and the Toastmasters is many more. So now I hand over the control, or rather I hand over the mic to DTM Venu. All the very best.
Good evening, Anurag. First of all, I would like to ask for a sorry, an apology, because I failed to fulfill a promise. I don't know how many of you remember that last year, April, I made a promise that I would complete my next pathway in 2022 in April. Unfortunately, I missed that promise by one day. Today, May 1st. I'm completing my pathway today. This is my third pathway. The first one is presentation mastery, and second one is effective coaching, and third one is motivational strategy. The problem in pathways, completing the subsequent pathways, you have to sometimes repeat pathways, speeches, project. You may think that it is easy to repeat the same project, right? But that's a very difficult. For example, take the our icebreaker. So far, I have delivered 4 icebreaker officially. The first one, legacy program. In the second one, presentation mastery and effective coaching and motivational strategy. The problem is, you all know that icebreaker is all about yourself. I had to talk about myself. The problem is, same life, also same wife. How I could differentiate, right? The only difference I could find, when I delivered my first icebreaker in 2014, my wife had delivered first baby. Only one daughter we had. When I delivered my second icebreaker, my wife had delivered second baby. And when I delivered my third icebreaker, my wife said, stop, you go. I will stop here. But I keep on delivering my icebreaker. Most probably next month also I will deliver the next icebreaker. And that's the problem with repeating the project. And second speech also same, evaluation and feedback. But one thing I like in this project, unlike the real life, there you are getting only feedback. You are not getting an opportunity to give back. But in this project, you will get an opportunity to get feedback as well as give back the feedback. And third project is all about research and presentation. For a speaker, the most important element required is credibility. Because speech is all about 3 segments, 3 stages. First, get into the subject, and next, get the subject into you. And third one is get the subject in the heart of your audience. For that, this project required. So once you complete the 4 speeches, first level over. And next is second level. The first and foremost project is know your communication. That's an awesome project, I can say that. Because this is a project, give an opportunity to assess yourself, where you are, what style of communication you have. Because you are going to do some kind of address, reply, 12 questionnaires. Through that, they will assess. You can understand which communication style you have, whether it's direct or supportive or somewhat analytical. These kinds of opportunity you will get, and you can assess and you can understand where you are, what communication style you have, and you have the opportunity to change if you are not comfortable with that communication style. And next project, active listening. There's a famous saying in, if you want to comment, first you have to learn to obey. The same manner, if you want to speak properly, first you have to learn, listen properly. This project gives that opportunity, active listening. So by doing the TT Master, I completed this project. And next one is introduction to mentoring. Even though right now I don't have any mentor in Toastmaster, I have a lot of mentors in my life, personal life, and office also. Some mentors like Sridhar Ranganathan sir, he's guiding many times. Just watching him also, we can get a lot of ideas. TTM Zach, right from the beginning, he's inspiring. So being a mentee, you can share your experience. That's what I did at this project. And next project, we are going a little bit deeper. Because this project is all about understanding emotional intelligence. Even though I have read a couple of books, this project gave an opportunity to know practical approach it's giving. I used to be a garbage truck most of the time, carrying everybody's emotion, negative emotions. But this project given clear insight, what exactly are emotion, how to handle it. Because this project, you have to maintain a 2 weeks journal. There you have to make note of how your emotion create the impact on your relationship and how others' emotion create such an impact in your life. So I realized that sometimes we used to be kind of egoist and we have to deal ego. I am big, you're not big. I'm holier than the attitude. So we have to handle. So this project give a clear insight. My target is very clear. See, I would like to say the one life incident of Dr. Abdul Kalam. He's the first president of India who traveled in supersonic at the age of 75 years. After the travel, when he meeting that reporters were so curious. The first question was asked, one reporter asked him, sir, at this age, it's a 75 years, supersonic, it's not, ordinary people can't travel it because the fastest. How? Did you get fear while traveling? Then Abdul Kalam replied, I didn't have time to get fear because I was so busy to looking after how this vehicle is, this flight is functioning. Same manner, when you are very clear about your target, this kind of emotion, negative emotions, you will not have time to tackle these kinds of emotions because you will move forward. That insight I got from this project. And next, another project. Here I have to complete a couple of elective projects also. One particular project is focus on positively, focus something on positively. So I gave a speech, the positive side of negativity. Because most of the time we are so pessimistic about the pessimist. We are always complaining that. But negativity is the basic survival skill we require. Without negativity, we can't survive. I can't run like somebody else, right? So I have to accept that. We can say that don't limit don't challenge, limit your challenge your limit. No, that's okay. But sometimes you have to accept we have to be a little bit negative because that's a survival. So I delivered that speech. And next, team building. For this project, I have to build a team to complete a project. Using this pandemic period, I attend almost all the Tamil clubs across the globe. Many clubs. Then I decided, why can't we club all the clubs together to conduct a meeting? So accordingly, I planned a meeting and we conducted a meeting, a debate session. There were 18 clubs from 12 countries. All the Tamil clubs came together. We had a wonderful meeting. Singapore, Australia, UAE countries. So I completed that project. And next, motivate others. I thought motivation is very easy. Simply saying that, man, you can do it. If you think you can, if you can't, if you think you can't, both way you are right. Like Henry Ford, I can say, I thought like that, but it's not easy. I got a lot of opportunity to conduct speechcraft and youth leadership programs. I wanted to give the same opportunity to my mentees. So I motivated my mentees like Toastmaster Lakshmi, Narayana, and Toastmaster Abhirami and DTM Ratish from other clubs to conduct the speechcraft. Yesterday, they successfully completed the speechcraft. Kudos to that. And I motivated that. I utilized that project. So now almost over, everything is over. What's next? The flight is landing to take off. So I am going to start my next pathway very soon. At this moment, I would like to thank current VP as well as the ex-VP because they gave my due, monthly due. Whenever I went to them asking the speech slot every month, without any hesitation, they gave. Thanks for that. Without that speech slot, it's not possible. So now I promise, next April 2013, I will complete my next pathway. I hope at least that promise I will fulfill. Thank you for the opportunity. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Venu. I would like to appreciate him for first the event recognition for completing his pathways and this reflect on his path. Thank you so much. And DTM Venu is truly inspiration for most of the mentees here. Everyone will agree on that part. Even when I do a mentor, be a mentor. He is my role model in picking up. So as he mentioned, we'll pick up more mentors across, not just in Toastmasters and across our career work. So thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Venu, for being an inspiration for us. And now let's move on to our next speaker. And our next prepared speaker is our Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. Nagendra, to introduce himself, for those of you who don't know him, is a retired techno-functional manager and is an aspiring writer in Tamil and English languages. He's written many books. You have seen that in status as well. And he is going to deliver a speech on level 3 project 1 and presentation mastery. Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati, take up tag roles. Take up tag roles, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. The stage is all yours.
Am I audible and beautiful in the screen at the JP Hotel? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, masters of the ceremony, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana and Toastmaster Rekha. Before giving this title of the speech to Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, the upcoming president of our Toastmasters Club, I asked my conscience, do I have the credibility to talk on this subject, take up tag roles? As I have not taken up tag roles for the last 1 year, my conscience replied, Mr. Nagendra Bharati, you were affected by Corona last year, and even now you are still struggling to come out of that pain in your body and your mind. That's why you requested Vice President Education not to give you tag roles during this period, and you have taken up evaluator speaker roles frequently. But before this period, before this Corona period, if you see the CTM records, you could see that you have taken up all these roles, particularly the grammarian role several times. CTM records would vouch for that. The then Vice President Education, our Abhilash, would also agree that. That's why you have all the credibility to talk on this subject. That's what the conscience said to me. And I am very much convinced. And now I am before you to talk on this subject, take up tag roles. My dear Toastmasters and guests, some of you would be having this question in your mind. What is there in tag role for me? I joined the Toastmasters Club to improve my communication skill and leadership skill. TMOD role, GE role, and all these speaker evaluator roles are helping me to improve my communication skills and leadership skill. What is there in tag roles? Except watching the time, catching the horse, and matching the grammar. What else is there? Some of you might be having this doubt in your mind. Let me clear that one by one. Let us first take up the timer role. Are you just watching the time only? Are you just only watching the time? No. When you see some speaker like DTM Venu exceeding his time limit of 7.5 minutes, you would be wondering, oh, he's losing that, he's crossing the time. He's losing the chance to win that Best Speaker Award for this. You must be wondering like that, right? Right, Toastmaster Vignesh? Hence, what this sends into your mind, you want to be very careful in time management in future. You are rewriting your script. You are practicing it so that to make it coming within the time limit. So it improves your time management. And also when you give this report to the audience, that speaker who got disqualified also get that message that I have to be very careful in future to take care of the time management, right? What is there? This is improving your communication skill also. And when you give the report, it improves that person's communication skill. In turn, you are the leader there. Then what about the R counter? Is it just noting down the ahs and ims and repeated words? No. While you are watching that somebody has somebody has used that or 5 times, then you think, you Toastmaster Vignesh, you think in your mind, oh, no, we should not use these type of ahs. I have to be very careful. You practice and practice again and again at your home, and you come out with a beautiful speech, right? What is it doing? It's improving your communication skill, your own communication skill, right? And also, when you give the report to the audience, you suggest that instead of ahs, you can use short pauses. What is that? This is your leadership skill. You are helping him. And then coming to grammarian, that was the role I frequently adopted while before this corona period. I used to play this role frequently. When you try to give the word of the day, how many times you turned the dictionary pages? In turn, what did you get? You get to know a lot of words to be used in your speech, right? And then on the stage, when you see TTM Neera Madam speaking beautiful phrases, what do you think? Oh, I should also speak like that. You note down those phrases. And when you repeated those words in your report, what do you think? Those words gets embedded into your mind. Instead of reading volumes of book, that 1 hour practice helps all these timer, rock counter, grammarians to improve their communication skill and leadership skill. I can quote many people in our Toastmasters Club who have frequently played these roles. One person, when I joined the Toastmasters Club in 2007, he played this timer role frequently. Now I am seeing him as the president of the Chennai Tamilu to Solvendra Mandram, and he was the president of the Madras Toastmasters Club. He is a great motivational speaker, and he is training people. How does it come? By playing the tag roles. You also know that, you also experienced that, but that is all there inside your mind. Hence, now I am seeing many times reminders from Vice President Education asking people to take up the tag roles. Now, I think you are emotionally, ethically, and logically convinced to take up the tag roles in future. Are you ready, Toastmasters? Thank you. Over to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagendra Vardi, for making my job very easy. I've been struggling to find the tag roles usually in each meeting. You're helping me out in that part. And thank you so much. And on a lighter note, I remember one of the Toastmasters mentioning about the timer role, where he said, like, when he was taking a timer role, when the TMOD introduced the speaker started this like this. Before I begin my speech, I have a few questions. So the timer was waiting for the speaker to mention when to start the time, but the speaker went on talking for 7 minutes. He forgot to note on the time. So the timer role is where we need to be a little bit more attentive. And thank you so much, sir. Now it's time for a game session. We're going to have a short game session. And I don't know whether everyone is ready for the game session. I think before he's getting ready, let me strengthen your muscles and brains with a short with a short exercise. Okay, I just want you people to repeat a word which I'm going to say now. Okay, you have to repeat 5 times. Okay, are you all ready? Just repeat the word. Say silk. Say silk. Say silk. Say silk. What does cow drink? What does cow drink? Okay. Anyway, I think I just wanted to make you alert and get ready with this for this game session. And now we have our Toastmaster Vishnu ready with set of games. I think he's going to give puzzle games. Even I'm puzzled what he's going to say. So he's ready now.
Welcome to the escape room. Don't move, as said by Abhilash. This room has been hijacked by a very dangerous villain, the Joker, not the minion, Joker. The Joker, as always, a classic villain with his teammates, has taken us hostile and has set bombs around us. But he has given us a chance to escape, to defuse the bombs and escape. And it is not going to be easy. The Joker has set a game of puzzles which you have to solve to defuse the bombs. Here are the rules of the games. The Joker has set bombs around us, and your job is to defuse the bomb. But it is not easy. There are 5 bombs to defuse with a 5-digit pin for each. You have a total of 10 minutes, and each puzzle has got 2 minutes max. You will be given a clue the first minute of each puzzle, but there is a catch. Next. The Joker has left his friend to monitor us. One person will be killed for each clue. 1 clue for 1 life. If you find the answer in 30 seconds and try to finish the game, please inform Abhilash and he will decide whether to kill you or not. Now let's get into the game. Oh.
Game Master, you're on mute.
Yes, am I audible, Abhiram?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Yeah.
The screen is also
So
visible.
let's start the game. Here is your first puzzle. Do you see any correlation, anything between these boxes? And it is hiding a 5-digit code behind this puzzle. Please don't forget, in 1 minute you will get a clue, but for that clue you have to give up somebody. That's what you have to decide. Do you find any correlation between any of the boxes? Yeah, I mean, if you find any correlation, please. Okay, can you, so what does it say? Turn the paper upside down and look for the answers. Yes. So what is the answer? Did you notice anything strange? That's good. Yeah. Let's find out. 0, 6, 6, 8, 6. That's right. Now we are going to move to the next puzzle. And luckily, you passed without clue. And here comes the next puzzle. This is also hiding a second 5-digit code, which you have to find to defuse the second bomb. And these are digits. The digits which you can see in clocks, which has 7 LEDs to form up a number. Sorry, last one is maybe, but you have to find the answer. What is the pin? There is a 5-digit code hiding behind that.
Is the last one 8?
Sorry, Abhirami?
The last one 8?
Maybe. Okay, I think the 1 minute is up. Now it's time for a clue. 8 to 8, no. It is a 5-digit code. Last one. So if you want a clue, either online, offline.
Yeah.
It's time for a clue.
Time for someone to type.
Okay, I will give you a clue. See black as white and white as black. And you'll find the digits. Black as white and white as black. 06, 069, 06901. 06981. 06981. That's right. Now let's move on to the next puzzle. That's impressive, but don't get your hopes up. You're gonna fail my next 2 puzzles, including this. There are 5 possible pins here, and you have to find which is the right one. A, B, C, D, and E. Can you figure out which one? It is a 5-digit code, and there are 5 possible answers. And you have to find which is the right one. Any hard guess? I think it's time for the next clue. Online.
Okay, I will pass. I will pass.
Okay. Try to connect the dots as per the sequence. Your clue is try to connect the dots as per the sequence. See, so what's the number? 1 1 1 1 0 0. Let's see if Deepak's answer is right. Yes, you are right. You have to connect the dots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it will form a shape C. Right. The next puzzle. That was intentionally made easy to distract you. But I got you here. I got you here. What is the answer? Rearrange the letters of the 2 words below to spell one word, which you have to decode with the help of these relations, a number, and you have to come up with a 5-digit code. It is only 5-digit code, not more than that. Any hard guess words? Any words you can name, but it is just going to be a 5-digit code.
Wonder, but wonder doesn't have two O's. Okay.
Sorry, Abhirami.
I thought it's wonder, but wonder will not have two O's.
If you come up with a best spelling mistake, yeah, the bomb will burst. I think it's time for a clue. So who wanna give up now? Okay. Abhirami, sorry, Abhilash has shot you.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Read the question twice. You can find the answer in it. Rearrange the letters 2 words below to spell one word. And 1 digit will already be in that word sequence. One number out of 5. The answer is already in the question. Rearrange the letters of the 2 words below to spell one word.
Is the answer 15774?
One word is the answer. So what is the digit equivalent?
15774.
Sorry, 15?
774.
15774. Let's see. Yes, you are right. The next puzzle, please. Well, you can't defeat me, and here's my final puzzle. Hit me hard. What could be the possible sequence? You have got 4 possible pins here, sequence pins here, and which one is the right one? I'm sure that you won't find the answer here.
Come on, DTM Zach. I'm dead. Please help me and answer.
Anyone from the online? Yeah, please. Ghosts are not allowed to answer, please. Any possible answer? I think it's time for clue. 1 minute is up. So who is going to get shot? President elect. Okay. It's time for clue. You see 3 set letters here. You would have found one of these in any of these slides. Have you seen any of these slides anywhere? AC? No. I think that was. Yeah, that was the right answer. But the time is already up. But it's okay. Yes, that was the right answer. Thank you. Thank you so much for your participation, and thank you, Abhilash, for shooting people.
Thank you very much. I wish the Joker comes in my life to shoot some of the people in my life. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was indeed an interesting session and some work for the brain. Now, the next session is we have our keynote speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan. To introduce him, he is a CEO and co-founder at Helixon Healthcare Private Limited, a medtech company in collaboration with IIT Madras, providing innovative technology solutions in healthcare. He has 30 years of commercial experience in Indian and multinational companies across industrial, pharmaceutical, aesthetic, and body contouring segments. He has created a lot of records and contribution in various industries. He has delivered speeches in business-specific forums academic institutions, and select social platforms, including the World Conference on Humanity and Spirituality. And he has won many more awards in the Toastmaster fraternity. And the reason one, he is the ISC district level champion last year, 2021. Now, let us put our hands together to invite distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan.
Good evening. So I feel like being in a Big Boss show actually, because cameras all around. You don't know which camera is seeing you, and then you're forced to put on the mic also. Okay. And then you have suddenly barging into the room, threatening you with mask, not knowing what to do. And then Agam TV where somebody is coming and talking. So it was like actually wondering what's happening. But it's a great feeling to be here as part of the milestone meeting of Chennai Wordsmiths. I was just asking Zach sir, when was the first meeting? So it would have been easy if I had calculated 825 weeks before. But he told me that it is the first chartered meeting was somewhere in 2004 or so. The greatest feeling that I have is I was one of the members probably who joined the Chennai Toastmasters Club maybe 725 weeks before, maybe when it was celebrating the 100th or 50th week or something, because I joined in November 2005. The first club that I joined in Toastmasters was Chennai Toastmasters. So that way, this is a home club for me. And after that, like how people follow leaders, wherever Abraham Zakaria went, I went there also. He went and started Wordsmiths, I went there. And then when I had to go to Bangalore, I started becoming a member of clubs there. After almost 35 years of my life, I suddenly started thinking that I need to become a Toastmaster. I need to do something about my public speaking. The primary reason is maybe neither at home nor at office, people listen to me, right? Whenever I spoke something, nobody was listening to me. I wanted somewhere people who can just listen to whatever I speak. And I found one forum where whatever you speak, people started listening, right? Even when I speak something, I remember the first time when I came as a guest, that's the most interesting thing which made me to, or which forced me to become a Toastmaster. So naturally, as a guest, they will very politely ask you, would you want to try a table topic, right? So everybody would have had that experience, right? So I was also given that, and I came and stood here for almost 45 seconds. I didn't know what to speak. It was the same evening time. I said, good evening. And then maybe another 2-3 words. And then I said, thank you, and went off. And that meeting, we also had a table topics evaluator who was there. Normally, you know, a table topics evaluator will come and evaluate. I spoke for less than 45 seconds. He spoke about that for almost 2.5 minutes. Right. And then he told me, it was great that you actually took the initiative to come, stand up, walk all the way, stood here. And he described me as if he was actually a cinema move, you know. So everything. And then he said, you faced the audience, and then you took the topic by in style, and then you spoke. I have only one suggestion. Next time, try to speak something related to the topic, he said. I thought, my God, this is the forum I should be, right? You get so much of appreciation. And then what followed thereafter, subsequently, when you have such motivation, you tend to come again and again, right? And then I realized people appreciate you for everything. Then when I joined the club, I saw the sergeant at arms appreciating the president 26 weeks continuously. And I also experienced it when I became the president. You know, every week the sergeant at arms will call me, sir, tell me something about yourself. So first week, I also was very excited. Something is going to talk. So everything possible I told. I didn't realize that I have to give content for 25 weeks now, right? Second week, he came and asked me. I tried to manage a little more, take something out of my memory, and I gave that also. Third week also, he came and asked me. Now, fourth week, he came and asked me. I said, I don't have anything more here. What to do? And the sergeant at arms generally want to be very creative also, because they are the ones who start the meeting. He said, tell me something which the club doesn't know about you. So you think, okay, and in school, I stole something. I had a crush on this. All that you can tell. Now, next week also he came and asked, "Sir, tell me something the club doesn't know about you." I said, whatever the club doesn't know, I don't want them to know anymore, right? Please don't ask. Right? Still, imagine he has to put 25 weeks of 26 weeks of effort to come and appreciate me. Right? And finally he'll say, "Boss, today we have somebody," and you will have some common adjective, most inspiring, most authentic, and all that, and he'll put one name, and then it will become very natural for him to deliver, so come and say. So sometimes people make mistake also. They'll say that president will deliver today and all that. What he will deliver, we don't know. So appreciation is everywhere. I started thinking, if only we can forget about everything else. The simplest thing of appreciation in our life, right? Whether it is at home or at office, in Toastmasters, we put so much effort. Now, today when she introduced me, I also don't know where did she pick all this from, right? Because I don't know, maybe in LinkedIn, when my secretary would have put something, Facebook people put something, and I'm one Toastmaster who's got an automatic DTM. I have to tell you, I'm not a DTM because I respect DTMs who have put a lot of effort. Only when was talking about pathways, I know there are so many pathways, right? And I have not done any leadership roles also. So I want you to understand something very important in life, right? So there are two ways, right? Communication pathways there and then leadership pathways there. You have to achieve maximum in both for you to become a DTM. Now, I've been invited here as a speaker and I would have given more than 125, 130 educational sessions also. And almost all the 125 sessions, I would be called a DTM because people think I'm a DTM, and with all my gray hair and all that, people accept it also. Now, I have not crossed in the legacy pathway. In the legacy pathway, I've done CC twice. And that also because some VP like Lakshmi Narayana was actually chasing me. Please do club points required, club points required. So I went and gave a speech. And I have not gone beyond the president of a club. And that also somebody forced me. If you are becoming a VP, from there, you can actually become a president. So I became a president also. Beyond that, I have not been to. But look at the beauty of this fraternity, right? For my personal interest, for my selfish reasons, the only thing I did was every time the VP announced a contest, I went up on stage and participated in contest. I have participated in 125 contests so far. Whenever there's a contest, the VP will put my name clearly, whether it is table topics, evaluation, humorous speech, or the humor vardo. I will actually go up on stage and speak. It's for others to laugh or not to laugh, right? It's not my problem. That's how I have participated in 125 contests. Just by participating in contests 125 times, people have made me DTM. People have called me. And that's the beauty of this fraternity. They don't look at your title. They don't look at your tags. They want to see somebody who's as imperfect as you are to be on stage. Right? Even, I'm sure when you participate in contests, I've experienced this first time itself way back in 2006. When I went up on stage, when I was not able to speak, people were not laughing at me. Somewhere in the audience, people are saying, "Come on, you can, come on, you can, come on, you can." And when I went down without even completing the speech for 4 minutes in the finals of district, people started applauding for me. And more than 100 people came and personally spoke to me. This all will happen. Don't worry. Okay, and that day I realized, my God, you get such a recognition for making an attempt for you to overcome the fear of public speaking. And then I thought, okay, I'm already an accomplished person. In 2006, I was the head of marketing for a multinational company. I was already having 400 people, handling 500 crore business. I'd already been very successful in life. I was wondering, why should I subject myself to something like this? Why should I go up on stage, have dry mouth and forget the topic? And especially in table topics, the problem is when you're sitting there and somebody else is speaking, you know answers for every topic that is given. And when you finish speaking and go and sit there, you get answer for every topic that you have heard. That's the biggest problem, right? So I thought, why should I subject myself to all this? And in between 2006 May and 2007, almost till December, 2006 December, for almost 4 or 5 months, I had taken a hiatus. I thought I should go slow on this. Every week, why should I go and subject myself? And then came DTM Abraham Zakaria, and he said, "Come, Sridhar, I have a demo meeting for you to come and speak." And then he took me to a demo meeting. In that demo meeting, I didn't know what to speak also. Then he came and told me, there is one canteen speech that you have. I didn't even remember. I was talking about one speech where I was sitting in a canteen in my college. I was interacting with who's a prospective boss with me. He came and told me, you give that canteen speech. He was prodding me to do that. I gave the canteen speech in the demo meeting, and it became a big hit in that meeting. I was wondering, why should somebody take that kind of an interest in me to pull me out of that hiatus, motivate me to tell what I should speak, and in a meeting where it is a demo meeting of the Wordsmiths Club, and then brought somebody, including Ian Faria from Bangalore and all, and made them evaluate my speech and gave that push for me to aggressively start again. And thereafter, the journey was phenomenally positive and progressive. So why I'm saying this is, it is not possible for us to succeed if you don't have a fraternity or a place which has serious fun. I think this place is an appropriate forum where you can call it serious fun. You have fun because you don't know. People didn't call me for me being the CEO or a co-founder of a company, right? You call me because I've been speaking. And here, as I told you, you can come and speak anything you want on the even if I speak the taboo topics, after that the G will come and say, next time, please don't speak about taboo topics, right? And nobody will question me. So that's the kind of freedom that's given. And even in mentoring, the greatest beauty of this fraternity is you are not mentored. Even if you come and tell the sun rises in the west, the mentor will not challenge you. Correct? He will politely say, please check whether your record is right or wrong. Right? That's how it is. So you have a framework where you actually don't feel intimidated with anything that you do. You come and fail here, you still you don't feel intimidated. You always feel that even if I fail, there is an opportunity for me to come back here and succeed next time. And that's what Toastmasters fraternity has given me. People come and ask me, you have been in Toastmasters for a long period of time. What has changed? To me, nothing has changed. I give this statement, which my Guru Matri often says, in Bhagavad Gita, without changing anything of Arjuna, Lord Krishna changed everything of Arjuna. Without changing anything of Arjuna, Lord Krishna changed everything of Arjuna. So what has not changed in me is, see, I thought I'll become a very aggressive speaker, and especially when we see people like Abraham Zakaria speaking, Nina Jan Madam speaking and all that, and you think that you can become, like somebody came and told, no, I think Nagendra Bharti sir, you actually, your vocabulary can increase and all that, right? So I also tried all that. In fact, I started reading newspaper. Somebody suggested every day you read one word and then have the meaning and you'll become a hero. So newspaper, I wrote some 30 words. So every day I promptly noted down the meaning also. After it became 30 words, I thought now content and will prepare one speech, and I put all those 30 words in one speech and came and gave a CC5 speech in the club. The evaluator came and told, it was an excellent speech, but next time give a speech in English, he said. Because those words, nobody understood what I spoke. Then I realized my vocabulary, what it was in 2005, October, when I joined, some 150, 200 words I had. Even today, I had the same thing. It had not changed. My pronunciation and enunciation, people say, right? I was the first person to even pronounce Michelle Gorbachev and Barack Obama like a South Indian. And I still continue to be doing like that only. Somebody told your pronunciation will change when you read newspaper loudly. So 1 week newspaper loudly, I started reading. And after 1 week, the newspaper wala stopped putting newspaper because others are complaining. So don't read like that, he told. So my pronunciation, enunciation and all did not change. So nothing of me changed. But what changed? The art of appreciation, as I told you. I know this is a fun-filled learning. You can fail and you still will feel appreciated. And there is so much of inspiration that is available with us. There is huge accountability, right? Accountability without being paid for. In which world can you find people for almost 20 years now, if it is 2003 that he started his journey, he wouldn't have got a single paise from this fraternity, like DTM Abraham Zakaria, right? But every single week, you will find him somewhere. Sometimes I feel very bad because he would have heard my speech so many times in the last 20 years, right? I've been speaking the same topic everywhere. but he still will appreciate. And forget about that. He will go and do a timer role even after 20 years now. Whereas many of us don't even feel like doing it. But you have that people who can show that it is accountability, and there are people who are inspirational. And the most important thing is rewardful. Toastmasters journey is so rewarding in nature. And this is the only institution where you put a little and you get so much more in return. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு disproportionate output, disproportionate return, no fraternity, no institution can provide. So when you know that these things are happening, there are so many changes that happen in you. That is why, without changing anything of me, Chennai Toastmasters, I should say, has changed everything of me. Because this is where I started. Toastmasters has changed everything of me. And I told you, saying that, okay, I did not participate in this journey. In fact, if I had known that every time you deliver an icebreaker, you will get a baby at home, I would have probably given 7-8 delivery icebreaker speech. You know, sometimes you give these speeches very late. Maybe I should have listened to your speech earlier. And now he's telling, when his wife said no, he's looking at a new pathway. I hope you're not looking at a different opportunity, right? So what happens is, and he gave the example of Abdul Kalam. Something very beautiful I realized about Abdul Kalam, which could be useful for us in our Toastmasters journey also. For almost 71 years, right? For 71 years, Abdul Kalam was doing so many things in his life. And he did not even know the previous night that he's going to become the president of the country, because he was not a politician running behind posts and positions, right? Suddenly somebody came and told me at the age of 71, you should become the president, and he agreed. Till the age of 71, with all his accomplishments, he did not even know that he'll become the president of a country. So you never know what is in store when you keep doing what you are doing, and suddenly one fine day it will take you to a very different pedestal. And that's one. And the second most important thing is, see, all his great accomplishments, all his wisdom was available even before those 71 years, before he became president, right? He was a Bharat Ratna even before. But there are so many other Bharat Ratnas also available in this country for what their contribution is. But why is that Abdul Kalam is known so much more when compared to so many other people? It is important that whatever you accomplish, you achieve that position of power. And from that position of power, what you speak becomes a wisdom to the world. Right? What he spoke even if you had asked him about the dream and all that, he would have told this even when he was 70. We all would have got it. But when you actually come to a position of power, when you come to a position of visibility, and from there, if you speak, it can actually make a huge impact in this world. And that is something which is there in Toastmasters also. Today, what I am, I don't know tomorrow morning what will I be in Toastmasters. You keep on pursuing your journey. You keep on doing what you are good at. Suddenly something will change and you will go to a different level in Toastmasters. And second, when you reach that position of power, it is not about power for yourself. It is not about recognition for yourself. From that position of power, what you do, the world can get immensely benefited. So that is why, irrespective of all the achievements he had in his professional life, DTM Abraham Zakaria, when he does what he does in Toastmasters fraternity, people love and people take so much of learning. Maybe that is why when he called and told me, Sridhar, I want you to come and give a demo speech, I took it very seriously and pursued journey, and today what I am. Correct? So that's very important. So ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to thank you for calling me here on this meeting. Thanks, Venu. Venu is another Toastmaster whom I'm really surprised, because whatever language you start Toastmasters Club, he'll be there. And he speaks with same authority. And like how he spoke today in English, same authority he speaks in Tamil also. And I tried doing the Tamil also. I went and gave a speech. நம்ம இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசணும்னு நினைக்கும் போது தமிழா வரும், தமிழ்ல பேசணும்னு நினைக்கும் போது only English will come. Whereas this man speaks English so fluently and Tamil, 2 tracks he already has. I don't know how many languages he can speak like that. Hats off to you, Venu, for your commitment, for amazing contribution to this fraternity. Thank you for inviting me. And every single person, whether offline, online, I would like to compliment you, because Sunday evening, especially when IPL is happening, when so many things are happening, it's not easy to actually dedicate or take time out to be sitting in a meeting like this. Someone recently asked me what is the difference between creativity and creation. Creativity and creation. I knew the meaning, but I was not able to comprehensively express it. Right? When I heard someone talking to another person on phone recently, he said, "Hey, tell me what are the various different ways that you can give life to a Sunday evening." Then he went on, I can go to the discotheque, I can go to a movie, I can go to the beach and all that. Then I realized one person finding many ways to give life to a Sunday evening is creativity. One person finding many ways to give life to a Sunday evening is creativity. Many people finding one way to give a Sunday evening to their life is creation. And I'm so happy to be part of this group of meeting who not only are creative, but also has taken one step forward in their life to show that they believe in creation and not just creativity. Thank you so much, in fact.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I'm truly inspired from your speech. I didn't know when I called upon you to your speech. I remember you asked me what is the topic. I didn't give any topic to you because DDM Venu mentioned me that you give him any topic, he can speak on that. But now now I really appreciate him for giving me suggestion because you gave a good your travel journey in Toastmasters, and some we can very well connect because Toastmasters DTM Venu is my mentor. I can see all this the natures in it. And I actually wanted to mention whatever thing about the Toastmasters journey. Okay, it's really rewarding for me as well. I mean, I've been the Toastmaster since 2014, then I could continue for various reasons. Again, I came back the same thing. So then again, my life has changed a lot. I have to be honest in accepting that. It's changed me a lot in both in my career as well in my other public speaking. And another important thing which you mentioned is about the appreciation part. Okay, that is truly very important aspect I want to learn from Toastmasters because now I know because even in my office when I report is there, right now even for small work I go and send an email for part of and through that I learned from Toastmasters because even a bad speaker like me they appreciate me. Why can't I appreciate someone doing a good job? So that's a good lesson I learned from Toastmasters and you really inspired us. Thank you so much sir, for taking up your time to make a physical visit to this location. Because, I know it's, you had rather busy schedule, but in spite of the schedule, you came here and supported us and giving a speech. I think even people over online meeting, they enjoyed your speech and we'll be talking for the next 2 weeks. Maybe. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And now we are moving on to the next session. I think the From the setup, you can understand very well. We are going to have a debate session here. I think the chairs are ready. Today, our debate session will be done by our Toastmaster Abhilash. He is here. Okay, I'm just looking for him. Okay. To introduce Toastmaster Abhilash, Abhilash is a chartered accountant by profession, and he's been Toastmaster for the past 2 years. He's been the past VP membership, VP education, the past president and current IPP, and he has won the evaluation at the ISC division level contest. I welcome Toastmaster Abhilash to take up the stage for the debate session. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Naveen, quick check. Everything is okay. All good. So today we're going to witness a high quality duel. The swords are going to come out. Are we all prepared? All right. So the topic is still a suspense. But first, let me call up the 4 team. Toastmaster Palanichami and Toastmaster Bharat, please. On to my right. And we have the opposition, Toastmaster Anirudh and Toastmaster Tarun. They are shaking hands before coming itself. Accomplices, please, on to stage. All right. Now you count, no, 5 of us are here, but I think there are a couple of extra chairs. You know what that means? No, virtual chair here. We are going to have two on-the-spot surprise speakers. Toastmaster Nanda and by popular opinion, we felt our youngest Toastmaster here, DTM Zach. Yes, sir. Please. All right. So shall we get seated and let's commence? Thank you. All right. So now you can move that off stage down if needed. Okay. Phone bounce like a ball. No? That's nice. No worries. Vishnu, can you help Tarun, please? All right. So now it's time for us to start. Everyone on stage, online, shall we? The topic for today: social media has actually improved human communication. I repeat, social media has improved human communication. Talking for the topic, we have Toastmaster Bharat Palnisamy and Toastmaster Nanda. And against it, we have Toastmasters Tarun, Anirudh, and DTM Abraham Zakaria. Without much ado, let's get started. Let me quickly take you over through the rules. Opening remarks by each speaker for 2 minutes, after which we'll have an exciting rebuttal round of 1 minute where each team gets to attack the opponent's arguments. I repeat, the opponent's arguments and not the opponents. All right. So let's draw out our virtual swords or our pens in this case, and let's start. Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, Abhilash. I'm going to talk for the topic whether social media is helping, improving our human connection or not. I'd like to start with the question. Do you all think without social media, is it possible for all of us that we are from every nook and corner of the city coming here and showing up for this milestone meeting? No. Do you all think as a Toastmaster, as a non-profit organization, is able to gain more than 3 lakh members and 15K clubs operating in 149 countries without a social media? No, I don't think so. If I ask a question to myself, would I join Toastmaster without a social media? Neither. I wouldn't. Neither I would, nor I wouldn't get a number of Lakshmi Narayana in the portal and call him and ask about what Toastmaster is. Right? Not just Toastmaster. The social media helps a mother or a father to connect with their children who are apart due to education. And all of us, for all of us, it helps us to connect with our old school friends, even kindergarten mates as well. I hope everyone would have a group already in their phones with the school friends, right? And there are multiple social media platforms with evolving technologies helping us to connect everyone and anywhere in the world. And also, it also helps people to get information in real time. It may be a news, political news, or business news, or anything. Earlier days, we used to have only books to gain or share knowledge. Nowadays, we have lots of applications around us that helps or evolve the education ecosystem. And importantly, it has opened a lot of doors of business opportunities. I definitely believe that one of your friend would have opened an online merchandise and informed you. So all this because of social media. And hence, I strongly believe that social media has improved a lot of human connections. Thank you.
Very interesting case. He says, I would not have joined Toastmasters if not for social media. And if Toastmasters doesn't help me in communication, what else will? So that was his synopsis. Let's now hear from the first speaker in the opposition, Toastmaster Tarun.
Good evening, all. This is Tarun here. So, who all knows that social media is a mirror, one-sided mirror? Who all know? No one. So, basically, when you switch on a social media app, you go into it, you see someone's post or someone's speaking any speeches. But how do you know that that person reacts to his speech, or how do you know the habits of the person who implements the speech in it? Of course not. If you keep an apple in front of a mirror, you can see only the good side of it. If you bite an apple, the other side, and keep it, you can't see the opposite side. That is the social media. And these days, many teens or young adults are obsessed with texts. They don't even call or a FaceTime or video call. For example, me and my school friends went on a movie night. We went to a movie theater. After seeing the movie, I said to my friend, my best friend, that please call me when you reach. It's all about our safety reasons. And we have some empathy, or we have some feeling for them. So that we'd say, we call them. Please call us. He says, no, I will text you. Then what is the point where he or she knows us well, or how can I know him well if he texts? And in social media, when people are communicating in social media, no one knows how to use a body language. In fact, many teenagers nowadays, I personally, in my college, I felt that no teenager, that my college mates are having a good body language. For example, when I shake the hand, please give me a hand. They were just shaking, they were not firm in it. We need to be firm. For example, why we need to be firm? It's because it reflects our confidence in us. Thank you.
Master Tarun makes an interesting case. He says social media has promoted text form of communication, which has in fact led to us losing all our expressions, body languages. Perhaps not everything can be expressed through emojis and text. Let us see what the proposition today has.
Good evening, Toastmasters, dear guests. Social media help people to communicate better. It broke all the geographical barriers, because not everyone is with their family. There are many people working abroad. The social media has helped them to connect with their family. Okay, we can claim that there is telephone, but with the social media, you can see people, you can see their spaces. You can spend so much time, in a normal way of communication, it is not possible. So in a personal level, social media has improved in communication, breaking all the geographical barriers. It is not possible without that. On a professional level, social media is helping to connect with colleagues, to connect with mentors, to learn things, to share what we created, what we know. So this helped in better communication. And social media also helped to many businesses to grow, because reaching out to people, social media has helped a lot. On a society level, social media has brought so much change, because so many unethical, unjust things are exposed because of the social media. Many people were made aware of such practices. So in a society level, so many changes happen because of the social media. So if we take the responsibility part of social media, it is doing great work. So in an overall aspect, if you see the personal part or as a professional part, in a society level, social media is bringing so much positive change. Thanks for this opportunity. Thank you.
What Toastmaster Palanichami says is borrowing a leaf out of Toastmaster Sridhar's speech. If Toastmaster Venu is able to speak in languages from Japanese to Tamil, that's possibly because of social media, is what he's trying to say. Interesting points. Let us now hear from the opposition what they have.
Just updating my Instagram status. Thanks. So, social media, it is, although it seems good on the bright side, it also has a dark side. The social media makes all men unsocial. Let me explain how. Nowadays, all the youth, they are resorting to use social media. They wish to communicate to everyone through a small virtual screen. The sense of false security they get by the virtual friends they have, like the number of followers they have on Instagram, the number of connections they have on LinkedIn. It gives them false security that they have a larger social circle. But I think that it is only the normal physical human to human connection that will always prevail, and they will be there. So these days, as I said, because social media is now, because of internet, social media is very easy, and people are resorting to non-verbal communication these days. Because of that, we are losing that one important thing that makes all of us human, that emotion we have in our face, that our facial expression, the way our eyes are, that makes all the difference. Like one day I was chatting with my friend in WhatsApp, and for one of my statement, he just said, "Oh." I was like perplexed. What does he mean by "oh"? Is he angry? Is he sad? Is he surprised or what? If you same conversation in a physical mode, it's completely different. Oh gives a sad feeling. Oh means I'm angry, and oh means I'm surprised. That same word, just two syllables. When we're speaking like physical connection, it gives us a completely different opinion. It makes everyone know what we're actually speaking. This is lost in social media. So like we are losing that important thing which makes all of us human, our cognitive psychology. So these days, like expression means people given caps. We need an emoji to find out what they're actually feeling. Are they sad? Are they happy? Are they feeling fun? So I think that social media is necessary. We can't come out of it, but then we should also ensure that our cognitive things, which makes all of us human, must not regress down. Thank you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Anirudh's point is perhaps social media has somewhere made us a little less human. Let us see. For now, the mic is over to the proposition.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. During COVID second wave, my entire family was in the ground floor and I was isolated in the first floor. So we formed a WhatsApp group where all the 4 family members are in the group, and I would send a message, "I'm hungry." Somebody will respond, "We just gave you soup 1 hour back." I would say, "I'm still hungry." My kid will reply, "Oh dad, not again." My wife will then say, "Wait for another 30 minutes, the food is cooking." So this incident will explain you the power of social media. When the entire world made human connection completely disrupted, social media is the only thing which kept us sane, which kept us human, in fact. So what social media is supposed not to do, it actually did. It made human connection possible. One more incident which happened during Chennai floods, right? So we wanted to help some people who are suffering without food and shelter. So we again formed a WhatsApp group where we volunteer, collect food packets and deliver it to needy people. Again, that also was possible only because of Facebook and WhatsApp. So friends, social media, even though you think that it's not effective or it separates people, but if you think deeply and think through it, in times of crisis, in times of need, social media is happened, make people connect to each other and made us more human than what we are. Over to your debate.
Very compelling point there. Social media has in fact helped us connect better, where even in times of crisis, where earlier before we could not connect, now we are able to. That's because of social media, as the point put forth by the proposition. Now let's head over to the opposition. Let's see what they have.
The statistics says in Toastmasters 16,000 clubs and 350,000 members, and in 145 countries before the COVID and the social media impact. So that's not a point to discuss. It's a statistics, it's a different thing. Secondly, 10,000 years back we were living. In the last 10,000 years we were living. He said without social media. And right before Wright brothers also people were traveling. And if there is an accident, people will be running after that to take a photo and post it in the website or in the Instagram. Then when I was studying here, when I leave, I write a letter to my mother and she will get after 3 days. And after 1 week only, if she doesn't get a letter, she will think whether this man has reached or not. Today, I have to inform my wife, I am in C1, C2, which is my birth, lower or upper, all these are very, very important. But that means my children are losing their confidence. They are not confident to go to some place independently without a mobile phone. So are you confident that you can send your children to some place? They will come back after 1 month. Only when they come back, we know they have come back. So that kind of confidence we are all losing. And parents are missing their children. Their warmth is missing. Yes, online you can see them and smile them, but the warmth is missing. And social media has one biggest problem is inhuman. It has only the hardware part is good, but the software part, yes, there lack something.
Hardware is only external. Unless the software is there, we can't function, right? So that is what the opposition today says. Social media, whatever it might be, at the end of the day, it is just an empty shell. Let us now have the second round. Swords are going to be drawn. Each team is going to attack the other team's arguments. Exactly 1 minute. I'm going to cut you all off. So prepare your arguments well. 1 minute each. And this time we'll be starting with the opposition first.
Nanda sir, this is for you. You said social media connects. You are in first floor and you are in your family is in ground floor. So let us argue this decision. Do you scold your child if she or he uses social media for a long time? Why are you scolding her? She's connecting to many people. Then why are you scolding her? So don't scold her now. You know what? I have a friend who found her relationship, her love relationship in social media. And the stages now is very bad. And I know, I read many facts. The relationship which we find in social media is worst. Then why does God give us the God give us the
Right. So he says social media has only improved us. We are communicating more. A lot more people are coming in. Let us hear from the proposition now.
So Tarun said that he got just a text and not a call. It's up to the person and their priorities whether to call him or text him. It doesn't depend anything about the social media. And the same applies to Anirudh as well. The emojis are just expressions. If they want to add more, let's get onto the video call. That gives more expressions, real time. Okay. And for the sir, said even Wright brothers, discovered the flights and all, right? So at that time, the growth was very minimal because of the lack of presence of social media. Right now, with this evolving social media, you are seeing tremendous growth in all aspects of it. So, and that's why
he says social media has led to this tremendous growth that we see now today. Interesting. Let us hear what the opposition has to combat.
Toastmaster Bharat, you're talking about how you got very good information during COVID time. But then let me tell you, when COVID pandemic struck, I got many messages in WhatsApp telling very good remedies. Eat pepper and salt, keep it in your mouth for 2 minutes. You'll never get COVID. And then even when Honorable Prime Minister Modi asked all of us civilians to clap for all the nurses and doctors, I got another message. This is actually positive vibe treatment. Because of when so many people just clap their hands, positive vibration will kill the COVID virus. And next 1 week, there's not going to be any more COVID. Is it really true? We need some authority to check whether this information is true. But then that would mean we are not going to a democratic country. Like take Russia. Because of the war, Putin really recently made a rule that any news channel which gives false news, they can't air anything for the next 10 years.
Interesting, right? He says social media has a lot of unchecked facts going on, and that is more detrimental. And now let us see what the proposition has.
Can anybody name anything which has only positives? There should not be any negative because of that. Can you say anything? Food, it has only positives? So anything you take, it has both positive and negative. You take uranium, what we are going to use for it? Are you going to use it for a nuclear power? Are you going to use to make nuclear weapon? So same way, social media also has the power to make positive difference. It also has the negativity, but it is up to the individual to be responsible, to use it in a responsible way, to use it for a constructive way. It is nothing to do with the social media. It is the individual's discipline and being responsible, which makes all the difference.
Interesting. We have Hitler on one side and we have Mahatma Gandhi on one side. Whom are you going to blame? Are you going to blame themselves for the way they turned out or the situations? Let us now hear from the last speaker of the opposition, DTM Abraham Zachary.
Social media could stop COVID. All over the world, social media is very active, but it couldn't stop the COVID. Social media couldn't stop the war between Ukraine and Russia. You say so much about social media. Even writers of those days in First World War and Second World War could stop it. So that social media couldn't achieve it. Secondly, there is no privacy, absolutely no privacy. In fact, to go to a toilet is a big problem now. So there is a way to check it. You have to apply that. So it crosses all the mannerism, I must say. Secondly, another thing, we are talking so much about this. What about the farmers? They are still toiling and making all the for us. Social media by itself cannot give an alternate. Same, we have to wait. We have to eat the rice, wheat, and everything. The same. Thank you.
He says social media, well, it's all hype. Much ado about nothing. You talk. That is it. At the end of the day, nothing concrete gets done, is what DTM Zach has said. Let's now hear from Toastmaster Nanda, his final.
Change is the only thing constant in the world. Everything changes and evolves continuously, right? Just because there's no power 100 years back or 200 years back, we can't say that we can live without power now. Because it has become a process, it has become a technology, and we're utilizing it for our own selves. This argument applies to social media as well. So we have a weapon, which is a technology, which is continuously evolving. So it is up to us to use it for our own benefit. If you should abuse it, it's for our own downfall. So just blaming social media is causing all the ills in the world, like people are not concentrating, they are not calling, and they are not losing their attention, kids are getting spoiled. It's like saying that I'm not good because somebody is provoking me, right? So it's up to the user. It's up to the parent to make sure the kid grows up well. It's up to the teacher to make sure the students learn well. It's up to the country to make sure that all people, the citizens are taken care of. Social media is just an enabler. It enables people to connect with each other. It enables people to make sure the communication is possible.
Thank you. Very interesting takes on the topic. Is social media better or is it for the worse? Well, as both the teams pointed out, one thing is it is up in the hands of the user. Whether you use it or abuse it, it's going to be in your hands. You can use it for the good of the world, or you can use it for whatever destruction you want, both. But social media at the end is but an aid. The main thing is going to rest with you. Thank you. As to the winner of today's debate, I'm going to leave it to you, the audience, to decide. And with this, let us now hand over the control back to our Toastmasters of the day, TM Lakshmi and TM Rekha, please. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abhilash. Now it's time for, we all know a person who feels appreciated will do more than what is expected. And it's part of our Toastmaster journey. We know, we learn from Toastmasters to appreciate people and reward people on their work. That will motivate them more. So now it's our rewards and section of this meeting. So before that, just since our chief guest keynote speaker was to leave, I just want to thank him for being here and accepting this in a short notice. I'm sorry, I just gave you only 1 week time. I was bothering you too much each day. And thanks for tolerating me and accepting and coming here in person to deliver your speech. We really appreciate that. And as a token of appreciation, I would like to give a small memento, and I will request DTM Abram Zakaria to come forward. Please accept this as a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. So now it's time to recognize your members for the contribution towards this club and the meeting as well. And now the first category you want to bring in is the best role player of the month. Actually, we have as a VP, I know how important it is to take up the roles each week and how much we struggle to find the role players each week. And there are certain key members who contribute more towards this, and they participate in all the meetings. They take active roles in all the meetings. There are many contenders for each month. So what we done is we categorized the members who contribute more for each month. So we begin with, so we have done it from January to April. So January, February, March, and April altogether. So we, based on this category, we found that the best role player for the month of January is our Toastmaster, I believe. Yeah, please make it. If you want, you can do it here. I don't want to. The role player for the month of best role player for the month of February is Toastmaster Lakshmi. Not here, so. Hi, a virtual gift to you. Okay. So the best role player for the month of March is our distinguished Toastmaster.
Toastmaster of the day, you're not very audible.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Sorry. And the best role player for the month of April is our Toastmaster Srikanth, who is also virtually connected. Srikanth Putikishan. Thank you, sir. And now, as we found the best players for each month,
we have certain role players who contributed overall, made an overall contribution throughout from the month of January, February, March, and April. And we identified, there was a tough competition as well. We identified 2 members like this. So it's Toastmaster Sarath, who is not here right now, and then Toastmaster Abhilash. Please come here. Next category we have is the pathway completion thing. I know it's not that easy to complete a path in each days, and each year, I mean this year we have only 1 person. We all know very well. Yeah, I need to mention that because our distinguished Toastmaster Venu, he's been very consistent, though he pushes all the mentees to do a speech every month. But whether we follow or not, as a mentee, as a mentor, he follows it regularly and makes it a point to complete his pathways. But that's truly inspiring to many people. And today's Reflect on Your Path is one such thing. We completed level 5 and is completed pathways today. So I want to recognize our distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandhan for completing this pathway. And the next category is the we want to recognize the certain committees here. The first one is the newsletter committee. We recently released a newsletter which we will be circulating very soon, maybe a week after now. So it's almost ready. So as part of this newsletter committee, I just wanted to bring up the newsletter committee members: Tarun, Toastmaster Tarun, Toastmaster Vishnu, Rekha, and Abhirami is online, and Abhilash again. Yeah, Vishnu, I mentioned. Yeah, Vishnu. Thank you. And another important committee we have is the hybrid meeting committee. So in the past few weeks we have hybrid meetings in the alternate weeks, and there is a committee which helps us to do that. And as part of the committee, we have Toastmaster Nanda, Toastmaster Sridhar is online, and distinguished Toastmaster Venu, and Deepak, Toastmaster Deepak.
And also Toastmaster Lakshmi himself.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you're stepping on the cable. And we have one more category, the last category, the speech craft coordinators. For those of you who don't know what speech craft is, it's a program where our Toastmasters members train non-Toastmasters on public speaking. And recently we had a Toastmaster meeting as part of
Toastmaster Lakshmi, you're not audible, please. Yeah.
Am I audible now? Yes. Okay. Recently, we completed a speech craft program for a corporate for CNSI. It started on the month of March, and we had it as per the plan each weekend. We spent 2 hours. There is a set of people who, apart from attending the regular meeting, we also helped out in setting up, running the Toastmaster speech craft program, and we successfully completed the speech craft program. And yesterday was the demo meeting from the speech craft members from the corporate club. It went on very successfully. And to recognize the coordinators for this speech craft programs, we have the chief coordinator, Abhirami. And actually, Abhirami has a set of team. It includes myself, DTM Venu, Abhilash as well. We three were there as part of our team.
And we want to recognize the coordinator team, the Vignesh and the Toastmaster Vignesh and Gita ma'am as well. And again, the mentors. We have assigned the mentors for this Speechcraft program for all the corporate Speechcrafters. And it was Sarat, Nanda, Rekha, and myself as well. We all were part of that. We are mentoring each two person each, and we helped that complete that Speechcraft program successfully. And thank you, Toastmaster Abhilani, for taking up this program and leading it successfully. Thank you, sir. Again, once again, I will give you a chocolate after this. Okay, now we are coming to the last part. We are invite Toastmaster Deepak to give word of thanks.
Toastmaster Lakshmi, there seems to be a small disturbance in the audio.
Hello, can you able to hear me?
Okay, please,
Hello?
yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello, Chennai Toastmaster, mic testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, Toastmaster Deepak.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It has been a wonderful journey in completing this milestone meeting to 825, very successful, on a very successful note. It's a great honor and privilege to propose this vote of thanks on this most memorable session. I stand here on behalf of Chennai Toastmasters Club. I express my gratitude to all of you who have made this milestone meeting a very grand success. I do express my sincere thanks to our keynote speaker, Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan, who gave his wonderful and inspirational speech. You can applaud. It's a very good speech, right? We all enjoyed the session. And I also do express my sincere thanks to the Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Aarti Mangalam Jayaraj, the Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Gayatri. We are also delighted of your presence for this 825th milestone meeting. We also acknowledge the presence and thanks to one of our founding members, Distinguished Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria. Your presence is much more encouraging to us, especially for those who have joined in online meetings, to see you on front. So we can feel the zeal around you. I would like to thank all the role players who played an essential part in making this meeting a success, especially in setting up all the mics and all the audio system and video system, and our colleagues apart from the hotel venue. I would like to thank them as well for making this session a grand success. I would like to utilize this opportunity to congratulate everyone. Thank you and congratulate everyone, especially the ExCom members and the CTM members, for all your efforts in making this event even more special. Thank you one and all. Handing over the control to the Presiding Officer and the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana.
Thank you. So thank you, Deepak. Thank you very much to all of you for joining in person and virtually. And it's an honor to host this meeting. And as Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan said, like, even when you make mistakes, there are people to clap. I know there were slips when we together were presenting, but again, Toastmaster is here to make mistake, learn from the mistake, and we will come back yet again for another milestone. We may not wait till the next milestone. Next Sunday, we have another meeting where we are going to learn continuously.
Thank you, Rekha. Yes, what you said, right? We are here to make mistakes and against people. And yes, this milestone is not the end, as you mentioned. It's an ongoing journey. We have another meeting next week. And life is not a matter of milestone. It's full of memories. So we have to go back with full of memories again. And with that note, I would like to hand the control over back to Presiding Officer. And I would also request everyone to stay back for dinner and have a photograph. Before that, we'll have a group photo. So one after Presiding Officer takes over the control. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Abdani.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmasters of the Day, Toastmaster Lakshmi, Narayana, and Toastmaster Rekha. It is yet another great meeting, and I'm delighted that we successfully conducted our first hybrid milestone meet for this year. So all the milestones earlier were either a complete physical meeting or an online meeting, but this being the first one, I'm really glad about it. I'm sure that it wouldn't be possible without all the efforts that each member in the club has made. So my heartfelt gratitude to all the club members and also to Team XCOM who worked the last couple of days end-to-end to getting things done. Special thanks to all the district officers who attended the meeting today. Also, I would like to thank the guests who joined us. I hope all the guests enjoyed the meeting today. So now, before we conclude the meeting, I would like to just call out a 3 cheers to CTM. Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip. Hooray. Great. On this note, I formally declare meeting number 825 adjourned. So now let's gather for the group photo. And then the members at the venue, we have arranged the dinner. So no celebration is complete without food. So please enjoy and tell us how the menu is.